very much again for that talk. I'd like to ask or invite our next speaker, Mr. Binayak Shah. Binayak is part of the Hotel Association of Nepal, proprietor and first vice president at the association. So Binayak, if you'd like to take over the floor, please.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. I am the first vice president of Hotel Association Nepal and the managing director of Airport Hotel, Kathmandu. Also, I am the current president of Nepal European Economic Chamber. This is very hard time for all of us in tourism industry. And for last 7-8 months, the business is almost zero. And we are doing our level best for the revival, the survival first, then revival, working together with our government. First, I will just introduce briefly about the airport hotel. Like the name suggests, we mainly cater to the airline, the cruise, and the airline passengers. Since our airport is not far from the city, there are number of guests who stay with us and go to the cities, different part of the cities as well. And because we are very close to the Proprietor temple, so number of pilgrims, especially from India, they do stay with us. And the non-resident Nepalese, quite a number of them, they stay with us and they go out of the city next morning. Briefly, these activities we are doing. And during the pandemic situations, we are running the hotels with very limited capacity, with limited staff. Our number one priority at the moment is the safety protection of our guests from COVID-19, also our staff. The government has published health protocols. It is based on the guidance from the WHO, and we strictly follow on that so that the safety regulations, the safety of our customers should be there at all times. This is much more important because we do a lot of inquiries from abroad. People wants to come to Nepal for visit, also from our domestic tourism, and also from the people, especially for the religious tourism from China and India. The first question they asked us is how safe is your hotel, how safe is Nepal, and what are the different health protocols we are following. So that is number one. We are taking great priority, and this is our challenge as well. We are working together with different fraternity of the tourism industry, like travel agents, trekking agents, airlines, and the government, of course, Nepal Tourism Board. We are very closely working with them and trying to do whatever the best we can offer to our guests. So far, we are doing the response from the guest is encouraging. We hope in days ahead things will get better. At the moment, the new cases is reported in an alarming number every day. That means people are afraid, and we have to take this thing in attention. So we are doing our level best, and the inquiries that we receive from abroad, Europe, America, Japan, Australia, there are a lot of inquiries, especially for the trekkings, from the nature, for wellness, health, the different packages. We have provided that and discussing with them details. For the safeguard of the visitors, we are working with the government to try to set up a PCR testing center at the airport itself, so that whoever comes to the country, they are tested at the airport itself, so that when the result is there, then they don't have to worry. They don't have to go for quarantine and all those things. Things will be easy for them. The another thing we are working at the moment is to develop few hotels as a designated corona treatment centers. If something happens bad to our visitors. So our hotels, together with the accredited hospitals, the big hospitals, the city hospitals, we work together. In case of emergency, in case of something gets somebody is ill, the doctors, the nurses, they come to us to the hotel and make treatment. These are the activities we are working with the government, and at the moment, the Turkish airline general manager just explained, there's certain number of international commercial flights airlines are operating to the country. The domestic airlines is operating at the moment, and especially for the mountaineers and the trekkers, the the government has allowed their visits, provided the pre-approval visa has to be received, and they can get visa on arrival. And our government, we are working together with the government. So most likely within a month, sometimes in end of December or middle of December, the tourism will open so that people can other categories, not only trekking, not only mountaineering, other visitors can come inside to the country and do whatever they like to do, it like culture, festivals, trekking, mountaineering, those things. But for that, the health, the health is most important. The health protocols has to be maintained. So we are working hand in hand, the government, and hoping things will get better in days ahead. So this is new normal situation. We have to work online to that. This is briefly. I just like to present to this platform. This is briefly what is the situation at the moment. So if there is any other queries, I will be more than happy to answer on that. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Binayak. I think you're right. I think when tourists are considering traveling now going forward, their big consideration obviously is going to be their health and safety, not just on their flights to wherever they may be going, but obviously when they get to their destination. And if they're spending time in hotels, they need to know that the facilities there are up to standard for dealing with COVID. So it's good to know that HAN in Nepal are working hard on that, and it will hopefully put people's minds at rest when they do get to return there going forward.